So with just about every single anime that's come out for the winter season, having roughly around 2 to 3 episodes, I think it's around the time for me to start judging and actually pointing out the ones that are absolutely hidden gems and people are just simply overlooking them because, I mean, it might just be isekai or fantasy slop, or it just might be literally just underrated. Now, the first one I really want to talk about is playing death games to put food on the table. My gosh, dudes, if you are a fan of Hunger Games, if you are a fan of anything that's Saw related, trust me, you are going to love this. Now, I'm going to say this now. It's a little bit on the slow side as it does get a little used to get to like the pacing in which like everything happens, but it is phenomenal. The first episode literally gets you hooked. I mean, if you have an attention span of that of a toddler, then I can see it being really difficult to get into. I mean, if you're able to stick around and actually get to the first death that happens, the tone is set immediately. Now, not only is the story awesome, but so is the art, the animation. Everything looks absolutely crispy. I like the different takes and angles that they take. It kind of reminds me of the Monogatari series, as there are some clips that just show you the chapter numbers. I'm assuming that's referring to the light novel. Other things like different angles in which they are animating. Some of them look like the movie bars are thick to the point where only various parts of the screen are showing, but it just makes it feel so unique. It is not your standard anime. It is very different. If you try to compare it to anything else with anime, nothing's going to feel the same. Now, with one exception being Darwin's Game, but I feel like this one does a 10 times of a better job of actual death games than Darwin's Game. Now, where we are right now with the 3 episodes, 2 death games have been played out. One episode, the first episode is one death game, and the next 3 episodes, one just airing not that long ago, the final conclusion to the second death game. I'm not even going to lie to you. Everything about every single character that is shown is, it just leaves you in a puzzled state where you don't know who's actually good and who's actually bad. And that's one of the things that I love about this series, because there is no like moral good and bad, but it leans more to the bad, because if you look into the people's reason as to playing these death games, and a lot of these death games are completely random, there seems to be a pretty bad character around. Again, highly recommend watching this. The next one is Roll Over and Die. Now, again, didn't expect this one. This one I honestly thought was going to be a fantasy slop, and I really did watch this around like 2 o'clock in the morning for just a little quickie, but dude, I was caught off guard by the first episode, as I did not expect that much gore to actually show. Now, it's not maybe on the same level as you would see in Devilman Crybaby, Berserk, or anything like that, but it is damn gruesome. Like, I'm telling you right now, there's a scene where somebody was melting and they showed the bone, the muscle, and all, even the eyeball falling to the ground. I'm telling you, it is very gruesome for something that looks very clickbaity. I mean, it's your typical clickbait anime with cutesy dootsy little girls and living in a very hellish world, dude. It's, I swear to you, it is very dark, but I like the route that it's going in. I mean, right now where we are, they had just taken on a quest from a guild that is very shitty, by the way. And I mean, the power is pretty cool. It's your typical power system stuff. You're able to see stats from the main character's point of view. So is everybody else. But it's not an isekai. It's just a fantasy where you're able to see stats. But so far, I am liking the cast that we have right now. One is a slave. The other one was an abandoned hero. The other one is from a church. And we have yet to see the 4th character. But you can kind of see where this is going, where somebody is abandoned from the hero's party, and one of the people from the hero's party is a complete ass. So it gets annoying just with that trope there. But aside from that, I mean, I purely enjoy it. I mean, it's not like awesome fantasy. I mean, it's somewhere in the category of fantasy slop, but it's definitely on the A+ tier in that category, and I highly recommend it. It's a pretty good watch to turn your brain off. You know, probably do watch it at midnight and probably binge it once it reaches its 12 episodes. Again, it's a really good series, short and sweet, pretty simple. Now, this one I'm going to briefly cover because I really don't like the animation, but the manga is just so phenomenal. And this one is Tune Into the Midnight Heart. It's a simple romance. It's a harem. There's multiple people falling for a main character, but it's pretty unique, and I like the character designs. But you know, if you're not into romance, it's all right. I kind of like the way it looks. I'm kind of a little hooked on it, but I can see myself dropping it midway because my attention is on something better. But that's not to say that this is very, very good when it comes to actually him picking a girl and the girls actually being proactive rather than trying to be scared and not make any progress. There is progress within these characters, and that's something that I absolutely love when it comes to harems, although harems are the worst genres of all time. Now, that's all I really got to say. I know we went that over like a fart, but yeah, no, it's a decent one, but I still kind of recommend it. And up for the last two, it's sitting in the romance genre as well, as this one is You and I Are Polar Opposites. Dude, if you're in for a good little romance, if you're a fan of Blue Box, if you're a fan of anything when it comes to the typical trope of a very outgoing girl with a very introverted guy, you're absolutely going to love this. Even if that isn't your genre, if that isn't your spiel, trust me, you're still going to love it, dude. I swear to you, I'm kicking my feet every single damn episode because the progress is so good. The side cast is amazing. And you know, every character is just so lovable. Again, this is coming from a guy that likes and loves watching romance anime, so take it with a grain of salt. You might not be into it, but it's still up there, and I highly freaking recommend watching it because trust me, you're not wasting your time. If you want to lighten up the mood a little bit, you know, you're probably watching series like Sentenced to Be a Hero, Face Strange Fake, although that one's pretty much aura farming, Jujutsu Kaisen or Hell's Paradise, then, you know, take a little break and actually watch something light. And this is something that I highly recommend. Or if you want to be on the goon side, Chain Soldier Season 2 is also out. Perfect, by the way. Now, lastly, this is only 2 episodes, and as you could tell from this, I really didn't cover anything big like Jujutsu Kaisen or Fire Force or even Hell's Paradise because, you know, although I really like those series, it just doesn't compare to this one that I'm about to mention to you because it is just so special, and that is Frieren. My gosh, dude, I can keep talking about this series every single day because, I mean, the characters are just so gosh darn lovable. Frieren's character development is just so awesome to see. The past and the present in which the story is taking place, it is a beautiful sight to see, dude. Like, everything is so well taken care of, from the anime to the manga, which I had just started reading from chapter 1. My gosh, dude, they are doing this series absolute justice. Now, again, it pains me to see that it's going for 10 episodes, but at the same time, they are going to be damn good 10 episodes. And what's awesome about this is that Frieren, no matter how people look at it, calling it slow, it still has some damn good animation, as these 2 episodes do carry some little bit of action, especially when Aizen and the heroes party with Himmel fight a dragon. That it was, no matter, despite it being very short, it was still phenomenal. And dude, again, if you're not a fan of Frieren, if you haven't watched Frieren, I highly recommend watching Frieren. Sit through like 2 episodes, muster it up, dude. Pay attention, put your phone away or something, block all distractions, because I swear to you, this anime will literally change your life for the best. That's all I really gotta say. You know, just giving these the 3 episode rule. I know some people like to go to 5, but 3 is enough for me. And yeah, I mean, that's all I really gotta say about this winter season. I know there are stockpiles upon stockpiles of bangers within this season, and don't get me wrong, I know I didn't mention some of them, but that doesn't mean I don't like them. I'm just mentioning some of the ones that are in need of hype because they really do deserve it, because they are just straight peak. Anyways, guys, let me know what y'all guys think down in the comments below. Have you watched any of these, or have you watched better ones than these? Let me know. Anyways, guys, appreciate you for hanging around. And if you made it this far into the video, appreciate y'all. And if you like what y'all see, why not drop a like and subscribe, as that does help around my channel a lot. Anyways, guys, see you next time. Adios.